Before we begin, I would like to thank the Post-Shift Wiki, the unofficial Post-Shift Discord, our Jack25 and Rudolph for both the information and everything about the game in general. Finally, happy 3-year anniversary for Post-Shift 2. We begin around the year of 1983, where William Afton and his son Michael, who both loved technology, had decided to create Fredbear's Diner, and where later around 1987 created Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Within this time, another company that was created before Freddy's, called Lawrence's Hamburger and Fries Company, which was owned by Samuel Wilkinson, was sued by Freddy's for copying them and lost due to the cost of a lawsuit being too expensive for the company. Then after Freddy's was open, Michael created his first experiment, called Crafted Bonnie, using a process called metal conversion, which is like remnant, which he used to make the wooden animatronic come to life. However, William did not like this, which caused a lot of beef between Michael and William, which led to Michael wanting to get rid of him. He did this by framing William through murder, so Michael created Experiment 135 by killing a friend of his and using to make Fredbear sentient. He then used this to make 2 employees at Freddy's scared and hide in 2 prototype suits of Freddy and Bonnie, which ended up killing them. After this, William was taken to jail, where he ended up taking his own life due to the stress caused from the deaths of the 2 employees, which led to Michael taking place as the owner of Freddy's by pretending to be William and creating a facility for experiments such as teleportation and the mini-acres. Then in 1992 we follow Thomas Wilkinson, the son of Samuel, who was looking for a job and managed to get one at Freddy's. Months later he finds a facility next to Freddy's, where he meets and talks to a scientist near the building, where he explains how he likes and understands robots, which intrigued the scientist. Then the day after, Thomas was able to meet up with William Afton, who decided to hire Thomas to work at the facility. Who is actually Michael Afton, that replaced William. Thomas was then put into the job of working on an experiment called Experiment 135. However, at some point around 1992, Thomas left the job due to his unease when he saw Freddy playing the piano. 4 weeks later, he worked the night shift at Freddy's, where he found out about the deaths that happened to make the Nightmare Classics and what they were. He then found the subject containment area and began to work there for 4 nights. Then he went to the office area in night 5, where he managed to confront the Nightmare Classics and destroyed most of them, including Freddy, who said goodbye to Thomas at the end of the game's good ending.
Goodbye, Thomas.
After trying to hunt down more animatronics, Thomas was attacked and killed by Nightmare Classic Bonnie, who managed to combine with a prototype suit of himself, where he combined himself with Thomas, making Revenant Bonnie. After that, Revenant Bonnie repaired Foxy, Chica, and Freddy, whom also had a prototype suit to be repaired with, creating the rest of the remnants and revenants. Around this time as well, William Afton was working on an experiment of his own, being a Malgabot, who had been built upon with a ton of souls, which attacked and killed him, making him a part of the creation, which was later destroyed by Thomas. Then a few years later, around 2016 to 2017, a bunch of scientists from Afton Robotics decided to make a new toy company using ideas from when they worked for Afton, and created Contage Toys Company over the same building that they did experiments in, to continue more tests. Then closer towards 2018, a new employee is hired named Sarah, who is related to Thomas and knew of his death, so she wanted to be hired to find out more about his death. Then on September 24th, the Contage group found and began to interview each of the revenants and remnants that were from the Post-Shift 1 incident, which ended on the 28th, when the interview group was attacked by Revenant Bonnie. After this, Revenant Bonnie gathered some evidence about Thomas and scattered it around the facility, and a bit of evidence into Sarah's home on the 29th of September. After 3 nights, many clues found and secrets found, Sarah began to search deeper into the facility after her third shift, where she found Thominator containment area. Then she stumbled into the old containment area, for the Nightmare Classic ones were now replaced with recreated ones, and survived the night there. It was after this Sarah found an elevator where Minator Ballora resided, where she let Sarah pass as to enter a hive mind they are in, as all the characters including Sarah is a part of a hive mind called the Data Matrix. So she went down the elevator to deal with Stage 05 and all of the animatronics, which combined after 6 AM to create Revenants. And after this would be the good or bad ending, which are both canon, in that if the good ending was achieved where Sarah kills Revenants, and the loop would restart by beginning with a conversation with crafted Bonnie, Michael's first creation, or the bad ending, which would go into Part C after Sarah passes out/dies. After Part C, though, would be when Sarah meets Nightmare Candy Cadet and Fedmer, which led to Sarah becoming a part of Amalgamate as you meet with Michael Afton.